Bodyguard of the mind, yeah.
No me complicas, Lumo Avarve, huh? Lumo, yeah. Aye, Abu Bakali, Banya Borakato, Adu Yoni Ali, and me crying on Yasu Mangaro. Mama still another Yaginia, Bibera Boya. I think my hair, you Virginia, Daliaza, Biberia Samatacano, and a Miley, a Dalia Boya.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Anytime you're gonna watch this amazing video, welcome to the first episode of Bodyguard of the Mind in English with my amazing special guest. I'm not going to introduce herself because she's here, so she's going to do it. So please introduce yourself.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever Christina say you get to watch this video. I am Alicia Wilson. I am the head coach here at Navarro College. I am originally from Jamaica. I live here now in the United States. Started out playing soccer, playing many other sports, does track and field, netball, just a variety of sports. And I decided to choose soccer, and God has taken me on a journey where I've been playing for many, many years. And I'm currently retired. And so prior to being retired, I played 4 years in college, played professionally over in Europe, in Iceland, and then played for my country, Jamaica, on the international stage. And so also was captain of the team, and proud retiree. And now God has allowed me to pass on some of my knowledge, some of my experience to our younger generation, young women, and allowing them to be strengthened and know that they can do anything that they put their mind to. So thank you, Christina, for having me today. And
my pleasure.
Yeah.
Not only a coach, she's an amazing mother, an amazing wife, an amazing friend, an amazing auntie. It's not because I say, if you get to live with her, I had that blessing to be able to her to transmit her knowledge to me. So that's why I can say all those things about her. You have mentioned that now you are retired, but how was your path in soccer? How did you start when you were a kid? Did your fathers allow you to play? Because when we're females, they don't let us do that much sports because they think it's mainly for boys. Was that your experience too, or no?
So I am an only girl. All right, I have like 5 brothers. So growing up, I had to be tough. I had to be tough. So growing up, soccer was not my number one sport. I played netball. So netball is played in a lot of European countries, especially England. It's played in like Australia, New Zealand, all those countries. And so that was a female sport. So they think ladies should play netball, guys should play cricket or football. And so many of you know that Jamaica is known for track and field, which we do really well in terms of athletics. And that was my other sport that I did. And so I was excelling at that as well. I also thought if I had continued with it, I would have been an Olympian today.
I believe so too.
But I decided when I was in junior high that I wouldn't want to do that sport anymore, because you will train for 4 years for an Olympic, or you'll train an entire year for an event. And if you have a small pull in a muscle or uncomfortable in a muscle in your legs or anywhere, it can affect your race. And so I didn't see the point in you training for that long for one opportunity that you get, and then anything could go wrong in that moment, which would spoil it. So I realized that if I have a pull in my muscle, I still can kick the ball, I still can play. I can wrap it up and continue. So I don't feel like my training would be wasted. So I switched over, started playing soccer, kick around with the boys. In high school, same thing. And so I actually took the game seriously at the age of 16, 17. And so I was in college, you know, at around 18, 19 years old. And the U23 national team, they came there to camp. And so the coach of that team for the Jamaica under 23 asked me to join their group because some guys went and be like, hey, we have a player, you know, you need to see her. So he gave me one opportunity, and I turned it into literally like a path that God has created for me to be here today. And so from that day on, once I made that squad, I went on my own. I, you know, got balls, passed on the wall, always touching the ball, dribbling through cones. So I really, literally taught myself the game, and then just consistently being called into the national team, getting the international exposure that helped build my game. And so after that, I was awarded a scholarship to William Carey University, and that's located in Mississippi. And that's where I played 4 years of college soccer at the NAIA level. Was All-American, All-Region, was Player of the Year. And then I was recently selected into the Hall of Fame for that institution.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you.
What a career. So you have been in different places, dealing with different people. Have you taken anything that you keep with that in that journey? What have last with you till today?
So
what have you learned?
There are so many lessons to learn, because you have to be adaptable, and you don't control the environment, but you can control your attitude.
Yes.
All right, and you can control your approach. You can be humble, and you can learn, and then use that, whatever that you're learning,
to your advantage.
Use it to your advantage, and as you progress, you'll realize that you'll benefit from that. And so that's what I did. And just throughout the years, I know that God has been with me. And so in any instances when I'm down, when I feel like I need extra strength, He's the one I talk to, He's the one I call on, and I feel like He's been with me all the way up until today. Amen. And so He's my source.
Also, you mentioned that you have taught yourself how to play soccer. So what can be the difference between like you going out in your own doing those stuff, or working with a coach, someone who's mentoring you? What would you recommend to start with? I know the two of them are important, but if you have to put one up top, which one will it be? Have a mentor, a group, or yourself going out and be able to expose to repetition, to practice?
I think both can be influential, just because the coach as a mentor has experience and provide knowledge. Yes. And can explain the why behind what you do. But also when you go out on your own, that's like self-driven. Your motivation comes from inside and not from someone else. And so you see the game from a different angle, because now it's you allowing yourself to, whatever you experience or whatever you see, maybe watching film, maybe watching the game live, or other people working around you, you learn some things and you want to go and just try it on your own, whether it's dribbling around cones, maybe it's trying to move, just whatever you do, you work with intensity. Whatever you do, you try to do it with speed, because you know when you apply it to your game, it's gonna work. And so you just constantly do those things, and you build up confidence in yourself, knowing that, hey, when I step out there, I know I have speed. I know I have good touch because I'm always with the ball. I know I can make a pass because I'm always doing passes. So those things are what also help. So I think if you can get both, you're in heaven. But in either essence, as I said, with having a mentor, that can be good as well. But also, I think even more importantly, you pushing yourself and going out and doing your individual work, where you're gonna get, I would say, the most benefit.
Yeah, because personally, me, I believe that if you are able to do it alone, like not do it all because my coach will see me, or because my teammate will see me, or because someone will take videos of me. If you can do it not for a person, I think you will do really good. But if you depend on, no, my coach is not around, I'm not gonna go around. My coach is not here, I'm not gonna go practice. You are the one who is not pushing your own self. You're not benefit.
Right.
So if I can put one up top, I will put the self.
Yeah.
So that way, because let's say you see me outside practicing alone and you are a coach, I think that would be like, that would motivate you that I want to coach this kid. If she can do it alone, with my knowledge, she can get better.
Definitely.
Well, that's my approach in those two terms. I don't know where the light go.
It's
light,
motion.
come back.
It's motion light. You gotta get up and walk around, and then it'll come back on. There you go. Ta-da! Lights back on.
You mentioned that you have grew up with 5 brothers. So how's the experience to grow with only boys in the house and you're the only female around them?
It was amazing. Because I think God, a lot of times we say, oh, I wish this or I wish that. You see somebody else's life and you want it, but God placed you in what you have for a reason. And we can't see the future. We don't know the advantages that it's gonna bring. And so at the time when we're in it, we're like, I wish I had a sister, or but I was so fortunate because I got tough. Who else do I have to play with? Them. We play karate, like we're at it.
Karate,
like,
okay.
oh yeah, we were at it.
Who was winning?
Me, of course.
As we can tell.
So it was really good. There was one of my brother. He played soccer. He was a goalkeeper. He played actually at the international level as well. He played in the U17 World Cup in 1999. And so we were very close. We've never really fought, had any disagreements. And even today, he's like one of my biggest supporters. And he's faithful in the Lord as well. And my other brothers were still close. We talk, but as I said, they have left a mark on me to where I'm not a softie, like I'm able to take hits from different directions and it bounces off because of the preparation that he gave me. I'm not oversensitive about things that people are gonna say or what they're gonna do. So because I was in their environment, a lot of what guys do, like, kind of feed off of me.
So that's a difference. Like,
there's a
boys
difference.
Take things not
personal. Yes, as how female will. Yes.
Okay.
So if you have some females around you and you're everything, like you get touchy feeling, very emotional, very sensitive.
And it's nature and among females. I think that's our nature that we have.
Yeah. So with me being among boys, I play with them all the time. So if I'm gonna be around them, like, I can't take things personal because I'm gonna be mad and hurt all the time and not in a good place. So I had to adjust to whatever they do.
Whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I'll just fit in. I just fit in. And they were very overprotective as I got older, and so other boys couldn't come around or anything like that.
I would tell mom.
But they would go rat me out. So that also helped because growing up in the community that I was living in, many of my friends who their parents allowed them to go out and stuff like that, many of them end up with like 5 children. They're in drugs, some of them in jail. So different avenues and paths they took, or things that happened to them. And so for me, looking back, that's why I say it's a blessing. And so I give God thanks for everything that He's allowed me to go through in my life. Yeah.
And that's the key that you mentioned, that you give a specific example because it happened in my generation too. For example, that the kids that the parents be like, no, don't, you go out, do whatever you want. They end up, as you have said, for example, with 5, 10 children, and you're like, wow, we're in the same generation, but you have this amount of kids. So where does that come from? That is the parenthood, is where you grow, is the environment that you feel like, oh, why do you take this path and I take this path? We're in the same generation.
So I think it's the parenting, because sometimes you think that your parents are too strict, or you think that, oh, whenever they let you go out, you're gonna get, into trouble or this or that. But they have been through it. They have the experience.
They know,
and so they know. So they're protecting, their kids from certain things. But at the same time, you still want to give them, because they did give me some leeway where, hey, when I'm getting older, they say, okay, you can go to your friend's party or whatever, but be home at a certain time. And so because I want to build trust with my parents, I didn't come, if they say come home at 10, I didn't come at 10:01 or 10:02. I got back at like 9:45 because why? I want to get to go the next time.
Next time,
right?
Build trust.
And
with
so
your parents.
I wanted them to trust me and know that they don't have to worry and stuff like that. So there are a lot of kids that don't have those structures in their life. Their parents just throw them to the wolves. They go through a lot of stuff. You have other kids today with a lot of psychological issues because
mental,
the parents
emotional.
the parents don't know what they've been exposing their children
Then
to.
some be like, oh, that's how they raised me. That's how I've been. But I think even though that's how your parents raise you, you can still able to change.
Oh,
if you can be like, oh, my parents teach me this way, but you analyze the situation, you analyze your environment, and you can think like, no, they teach me wrong. Let me unlearn what my parents teach me and have new knowledge.
Yes, I think every human being has that innate ability to distinct right from wrong, good from evil. And so even if you grew up in that environment where your parents didn't know better, or your mentor, whoever whatever your environment was, God has given us that innate ability to distinct good from evil, right from wrong, and to love people, and that's a huge thing that a lot of society is struggling with. And I also believe that that's fulfillment of what God's word says, because he says in the last days, people are going to become selfish, unthankful, lovers of the world, lovers of pleasure, just about themselves. And so it's hard for them to lend themselves to others and care about others.
Oh, what do you do to my camera? See? Because you are speaking facts. My camera even turned around.
Wow.
But we continue.
Yes.
It's a mistake. We fix the mistake. And we continue. We're back.
Oh, wow. Yes. So
it would be nice to have those like parent and kid be able to sit and talk about, just talk because how you gonna know what someone else think, what someone else feel, or how your kid feels, or how your kids it is, if you not, hey, how do you do in school? Hey, come talk to me. Hey, you can trust me. Because, for example, in African culture, we grew up with fear. Because if you do something bad, oh, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna punish me. So you are afraid to even do mistakes, because if you fail, oh, at home, if I get a D in class, they're gonna battle me. They're gonna be like, oh, you're not gonna eat for 1 week. So be able to let your kids and the kids that come in the future to talk with our parents, so we can build a friendship. Because I think relationship between a kid and his mother, his father, is really, really important. Because those are the main figures that you have. If you, example, a female, his first male figure is her father, and for a boy, his main female figure is his mother. So if they can have that trust, that social, that love, that okay, my mom is at home, I can go talk to her about everything in life, I think a lot of kids will grow up more healthy, more positive, and more confident. Because the education that we receive is at home, I think is priority before what you get in school or university. How they educate you at your house, how you grow up, the things that you see, how they talk to you, that's gonna build who you're gonna become. Some kids are insecure because they grow up in an insecure family. Some are negative because they grow up in a negative family, and others are disciplined because they grow up in a disciplined family. Others are positive because they grow up in a positive family. So I think family, your household, your childhood, those are very key, because when you are a kid, it's gonna let you to be an adult. Then you're gonna become old, but you start being a kid. So if when you are a kid, you build yourself based in love, based in positivity, based in gratitude, the rest will come naturally. So it's a conversation I think everybody should have with your family. Because family, not only like blood family, also there is people that that become your brother, your mothers, because they say blood is loyalty is not based on blood. No, I think I'm saying it wrong. That blood doesn't mean family, but loyalty does.
Right.
I think something similar. females in sport. As in our campus, we don't have a lot of. Mainly you and Coach Monica, and
Coach K
yes, and the coach of volleyball.
for softball.
Softball. Volleyball don't have they have
The
a coach.
assistant.
Is the assistant.
Yeah.
So would it be nice for you to have more female coach around you?
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice. We had a female volleyball coach 2 years ago or so. So that was nice.
That
but
was
then
nice.
they hired a male again.
They
so,
switch.
Yeah.
But does it have any impact though in the coaching? Like do they that all males are more strict and females are more less strict based on coaching? Or you think
I
it's-
think other females understand, but then it just depends on the individual. Because some females are more emotional, and so you have clashes with the female team and the coach. So, yeah, sometimes it can be controversial getting into the gender stuff. But one thing I will say is you do need more female coaches out there because they are role models.
For
And
us,
so players can look up to the coach and say, you know, that's somebody I want to be like someday. All right? Or
yes.
I really appreciate that I had that mentor in my life, or I had that coach in my life who taught me things that I'm going to use for the rest of my life, you know, so things like that. Obviously, male coaches can do the same because you have female players who don't have strong father figures in their lives. And so those coaches can play those roles as well. So I think there's benefits on both ends of it. So
Since you are more into the business, educational, in social, cultural area, how is the relationship among females? How is the friendship? What is the conversation that mostly female have in the table when it comes to education, when it comes to business, when it comes to do things for the community or do things for the good of others?
I think in every aspect, females are important because they see things from more than one perspective, right? So they can see it as a sister, as a mother, as a friend.
Yes.
And so they're able to understand because they are female. Obviously. So they know the challenges that come with it. They know the benefits. They know, you know, all the different things that come with those challenges. So, yeah, I think it's good for me. Honestly, like, I'm on a spiritual journey, and so just by reading the Word of God and what He's been revealing is that when in His reality, in His kingdom, He says there's neither male nor female, bond nor free. Like, so He doesn't see us as those things that
society
that society places on us. He sees us as His Spirit living in us, and we are light and we shine. And so it's hard now that based on what I'm learning to start going back to that what the world does. So the world looks at those things, but God doesn't
look at those things.
Right. So when you accept Christ, the Spirit comes and lives within you. So God sees you as Jesus. So He doesn't see you as male or female. He doesn't see you black or white. He doesn't see you. So you
tall
don't.
Or fat or skinny.
Yes, He doesn't see you like that. He sees you by the Spirit that He placed on the inside of you to go and be a light for the world.
Because based on, let's say, another, in society, what is getting up is that females only focus on gossip, females only care about makeup, females only have to cook and take care of things, of kids. But I believe we can do more than that. No, because I think those are the standard that society has, and we as female, we have the power, we have the option to change the narrative. We, instead of saying that women are the number one people who gossip, females can be the number one business. They
can do whatever,
anything possible that we set our mind to,
yes,
we can do it. And not that those stereotypes, which are mainly negative, female have to stay at home and take care of the kid. Yes, we can do that, but we can also be in an office and work. We can do entrepreneurship. We can coach. We can be a student. As Coach Alicia just said, God doesn't see you as a female or black or white or yellow or tall or skinny or fat. He sees you as a soul. So take yourself as a soul and build yourself up and be able to give to others. Because what is the point of living if you can serve others? If you have knowledge others don't have, share it with them. If you're in a position of power, you can give other people power, give it to them. Because anything good or bad that you do come back to you in multiple ways. I think females, the narrative has to change. Especially my generation, for example. I'm proud to be able to have friends who are doing they are entrepreneurs, makeup artists, some bus drivers, someone to be lawyers, some aspiring to be president. Those things motivate me, because as Coach Alicia also said, we need those figures, big figures, so the people who are coming back can look up to them. For example, if I want to become a president, I want to be able to be like, oh, this country, the female is a president. Let me look at her habits. Let me look at the books she reads. Let me look at how she behaves, so I can take her knowledge and put it on me to become as good or equal as president of her. So I think females, we need each other. We need each other, and we need males too, because society is not only a male who control or female who control. It's both of us working together as equal to make this society, this world, as best out of it.
Good.
Oh yeah, we're almost done, Coach. I know you have a busier schedule, being a mother, a wife, then Coach. But I appreciate that you giving me your time. It's really, really, really matter to me. And again, the light. Okay, Coach, you need to talk with me.
Oh, there you go.
How do you manage your time?
Wow.
Family, work.
Wow.
How?
That's an interesting question.
How do you manage your time?
Oh God. So I'm up 5 in the morning. I have 2 daughters.
We have the same schedule.
So
5 in the morning team. Here we are.
So I have 2 daughters. So obviously you have hair combing, getting ready for school, breakfast, all that stuff. I have the team that I have to come in some mornings and get workouts with, and so. But at the end of the day, the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is to have my devotion. I talk with God. I call him Dad because it's that personal with me and him. And so with Dad, you don't put a time limit on him. Throughout my day, whatever I'm doing, I'm fellowshipping, I'm talking to him constantly. And so I am allowing him to lead a lot of the decisions that I make, my thoughts. So honestly, my time is about constantly in him. And that comes through me knowing his word, what he says about me, who he say I am. And so when I have an opportunity to speak, I want to speak life into other people, right? So that's the path that I see him leading me to. And so after getting the practices through the day, I'm in the office, checking emails, making calls, setting up meetings, and then getting ready, for practice in the afternoon. And then my daughters play soccer, so I might have to drive them over to Dallas to get into soccer practice. So some evenings I'm able to cook dinner, some evenings not. And then by the time my day finishes, I hardly don't have any time for me. So most times on the weekends I get to relax a little bit, so like Saturdays, Sundays. But for the most part, I have a really, really busy schedule.
Do you like it, or are you proud of how you spend your days? Are you proud of who you are in this moment?
Oh, definitely, because number one, I believe with all my heart that God brought me here. Because I remember asking him once I was like 35, and I said, God, I know Jesus started his ministry when he was in his 30s, and I really want to know what's your purpose for me in this life. And so I was like, what is your calling for me? And so I was having a change of mind of wanting to go into coaching, because I have a master's degree in exercise science, so I could work in a hospital, I could do other jobs in that field of study. And so he brought me here to be a coach and to be a mentor. And so I feel that every day I am living what he wants me to be. And if I am making him happy, I am happy.
You are happy.
Because I take myself out of the equation. So when you decide to give your life to Christ, it's no longer you live, you're living through him. And so you cannot be about yourself, because he's saying that you have to give up your desires, what you want, what you feel, and you doing it for Christ. So when I love people, I'm not loving it because I love them. You know,
because God is through you, then you love them.
So whatever they do, it doesn't affect how I love them.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't
It's
change. So whether they do,
it doesn't depend on them. That's true love. If it's unconditional, you don't expect them to love you back,
exactly,
or to give you anything back.
Yes,
that's true love.
Yes. So I'm not trying to have them do anything for me or expect anything from them, but I have that in me through Christ, because He is love, and so I'm able to do that. And so I enjoy every second of the day that He's allowed me. And so when my time is up, I'm gonna be happy to say
it's not anytime soon.
world.
Unfortunately, you had to be here decades. You had to see my grandchildren. You ain't living. You are not leaving us. You are not leaving us. Maybe physically, but emotionally, spiritually, you're gonna stay. With me, you're gonna last forever. Forever.
That's sweet of you.
Okay, good.
You're gonna try to make me cry, right?
I will not.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Alright.
And well, I know some young players will see this video, maybe not, but I hope they do, because the question I'm gonna ask her concerns us, or anybody who has a future plan of becoming better than they are now. So what advice will you give to young soccer players, females, who want to be maybe a coach as you, maybe to play in the professional level? What can you tell them that will help them through that journey?
Okay, so foundational is number one, based on what I've been learning and what I've been applying to my life, is to trust in God with all your heart.
I'm taking notes.
All your heart. So He's number one in your life. And He says, it's a promise from Him. He said He'll add everything else to you. So I remember at the age of 17, I was poor. I didn't have anything. My family didn't have anything. And I made the decision. I've been hearing about this God. And I said, God, I'm going to give you my life. I hear you up there. I don't know you, but I say, I'm going to give it to you. And you're going to have to prove to me what you can do. So I said, I don't have anything anyway, so I'm not losing anything. So why not?
Why not try?
Why not try? Okay? And from that day until today is the best decision I've ever made. Like, I'm rich and abundant with blessings, with provisions. I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry. Everything was given to me. And so that's why I say that's first, right? And so when you put Him first, He said He'll make doors open up. He'll allow everything to fall in place. He will guide you. You listen for His voice. And so He will put people in your path to help you develop, help you get where you need to get to. He will create that. You're not going in with a preconceived notion or preconceived idea of how you're going to get there. Trust Him. It's like an adventure, right?
Oh.
But if you're going in with expectation and certain way how you want it, how you want to do it, you're going to be disappointed, because He might be telling you to go to your right and you want to go left. And so you go left and it's off track. So and it's going to take you longer to come back around to the right.
You might go there and suffer and cry to find out that your path was in the right.
Yes. And so after that, because you know that you have Christ, be confident. Believe in yourself, right? And so that comes with working hard, putting yourself into situations where you know it's going to benefit you. And so a lot of people, especially females, I realize they don't have self-confidence. And so as a young woman, I was very confident. I don't know what happened.
Because you said you grew up with
boys.
And so they make you that tough, that mentally strong.
Yes, that mental toughness. Like, I was very confident. I don't care what I was doing. And so any challenges that came up, I just was ready. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna go give it my best shot. I don't worry what people are gonna say, because I never perform or do anything to please people. I never worry about the results. All I need to do that I gave it my best, and that it was good enough, and I felt satisfied. If I played a game, I normally say, why players crying? Because I couldn't understand why players cry because they don't win or something doesn't go in their favor. And I said, I go out there and I give everything that I got. And if at the end of the day I do that, what are my regrets? If I need to win, or God is going to allow me to win, or I'm going to win because of the work that I put in. But if I'm crying, and you look back in all your journey and you realize you didn't do everything that you could to prepare yourself for that, then why are you crying? So that's how I looked at it. And so, as I said, for young players, you have to believe in yourself. If you're doing something and you don't feel confident, question yourself, why am I doing it? You have to give it everything that you have. You have to put the effort in. You have to put the work in. And so I think by that, working behind the scene when no one is watching, you're going to have confidence to show up and do what you need to do. All right? As a coach, I would say you're like a servant. So you're giving of yourself in any which way you can to help others. And so that should be the heart of coaches. Looking forward to helping in any aspect, whether academics, whether athletically, to help other young people to realize their dream, give them opportunities. I was given an opportunity to come here and study in the United States on a full scholarship. And so there's several young women around the United States or overseas that have been given that opportunity to come here and have their dreams realized as well. And so I feel like God has placed me, because of what he did for me, he's placed me in this situation so I can help others. And I know someday those who have been through this program or been here, they are going to carry that on and be able to help future women to get opportunities of that nature. And so I just thank God that I am able to help in any way that I can.
I hope you have taken notes, because pure gold facts is a trust God, believe in yourself, be confident, put yourself in a situation that will benefit you, and prepare. She said if you have a game, don't. She gave the example of crying, but I think the crying comes with the emotional. When you are hard on yourself and you fail on something, a way to release it is by tears. Some players do, others don't.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's it's just for me. So you have other players that they feel like they're crying because they just look back, that they put all their work in, all their sweat and all their tears,
and they can't help in the cry.
And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying that's not okay. That's okay. But I'm just saying, for me, I wasn't a crier. I guess when my brothers beat me up and everything, I can't cry. I wouldn't be able to cry. So I guess I'll be able to take it on the chin and move on. Basically, next, I live to fight another day.
Another day.
Yes.
Mistakes, failures. How do you deal with mistakes and failures and challenges? Because those are things that all of us are going to face in a setup of life. So how do you deal with failure? How do you approach mistakes? How do you approach making errors? How do you approach the challenges?
So that's very interesting question. For me, as I said, I am not the one to be hard on myself when things happen. And I'm the one who quickly, mentally, I'm like, what's next? Or I take out what I can from what happened, and I move forward even stronger. So it actually motivates me to keep going. It actually motivates me, because failure is not like, oh, I'm not good or something. It's a learning process. It's a journey. And so you have to fail sometimes in order to succeed, because how would you know how to succeed if you don't know what you're doing wrong? If you're always succeeding and things are happening, when the failure comes, it's going to actually hurt you more than it helps you.
You're able to handle it?
Exactly. And for me, when failure comes, I just see God's transformation in me, because I'm not trying to trust in my good work or what I do, but in Him and what He's wanting me to take out of it. So in every failure, there's lessons to be learned, and there's very rich. It's actually better because there's so much you gain from it.
From failure,
Yes, you gain strength,
the pain that you feel.
Yeah.
In the knowledge, because what I tell myself, when I fail in something, that tells me that what I did was wrong, so I need to change direction, or the way that my attitude or the way I took, because when you fail, you know that what you did is wrong, so that's another approach that, oh, thanks to my failure, I was able to change my direction. So as Coach Alicia said, take it as a motivation, because as he said also, if you are not able to appreciate when you are failing, how you gonna know you are succeeding? You have to taste one to be able to enjoy the other. You have to taste failure in order to enjoy success.
Yes. So it's part of the growth process, and so it's the lessons that you take away from it, and how you're able to move forward with what you've learned.
Coach, I'm not gonna jump again.
Yeah, it's not coming. I guess I have to get up. There you go. Ta-da! Yeah.
Okay, that well, I know people might have some other question for this amazing soul, amazing person, priceless as a person, as a coach. I'm not saying it based on what you have hearing from her experience, from her knowledge, her wisdom. Don't you think I'm right? I know you're gonna say yes. So keep it for you. So the last question is, in the position, in the level that you are right now in your life, what can you tell to your younger self now? The Alicia that was 10 years old, what will you tell her?
Wow. Wow. So it's amazing, because it's hard to say, well, what I would tell her would be, try to hear God's voice more.
Alicia, well, she can't hear you now because that's said in the future, but the one in the past.
Yeah, just to listen more to his voice, but a lot of people say, oh, when I was young, I would have changed this. I wouldn't change a thing. I honestly wouldn't, because I think everything that we go through in life shapes who we become today.
I believe that too.
Okay, and so, I was young. I was, everything that's going on right now, especially some of it, like when we were young, we did those things, right? And so, looking back, honestly, the only thing I said I would change would be to get to know God earlier, yeah, like how I know him now. I wish I had knew him like I do now back then, because can you imagine where I would be now? I'll be walking on water.
I want to see that. How do you walk on?
Exactly. I'll be walking.
I'll be like, can I do it too? And I will.
Hey,
the water.
So that's how rich I'm telling you. Like,
wow.
Just if you knew
that's
then
priceless. What
you knew now, right?
Yes.
And so,
wow.
And so just the revelations that I've been getting and things that I've been learning, like, it's amazing. And so I just give God thanks just for this opportunity, and just the life experiences that I've gone through, and just the people that I've met along the way, and just hopefully, it's funny because I've I have quite a bit of people that I've reached all over the world, because I've been to a lot of places. And one thing, when I do reach back out to them and I'm talking to them, and they said, one thing, Alicia, like, you always talk to me. When you're talking to me, you always talk about God. But I didn't realize that, because that, as I grew, that comes naturally. And so his knowledge, God's knowledge, is amazing, because he's not telling you anything that's not happening today. And if people are opening their eyes, whatever he's telling you, you see it right before your eyes. And he's not asking you to do anything that is going to hurt you or harm you. It's for good, right? And so it's hard for people to separate things, what God is asking you, from things of the world. And they believe more what the world said because more people are doing it. And they don't want to believe more what God is saying, like love, care for other people. Treat them well. Treat them how you would want to be treated. Quit worrying about yourself, because I take care of you. So why you need to take care of yourself? Take care of other people. you know.
I got your back.
And so so he's got our back, and so he wants us to get other people's back, and it's really satisfying when you're able to help others. You put your own need aside, and you help other people. Like,
and
I think
it
it's
come
more
back to you
beneficial.
in tremendous way. When you do good without expecting anything back, those good gonna come back to you in unexpected way, because you don't know what people are dealing with in their mind. You can see someone sitting here smiling, but that person inside is crying. So why will you come and make that person feel worse? Just send a little bit of faith, a little bit of hope, positivity. You have made someone's day, because we only see faces. We don't see heart. We see a body, but we don't see the person's mind. So just be kind on a daily basis. It's free. So just be kind. It's gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back.
It's amazing when you treat people well and let people know that they're loved. Like,
That describes you too. The way you treat people says a lot about you. If you're gonna treat people like, let's say, crap, ask yourself, are you not the crap person? If you're gonna treat people with negativity, ask yourself, are you not a negative person? The way you treat people, I think, is a reflection of what you have inside of you.
Yes. So love. God is love. Love people.
And soccer is love too.
And also be honest. It's good to be honest to people. Don't be.
The truth will set you free.
Yeah. Don't be deceptive and tell them flattery stuff when you know it's not true. Be honest. You know, they might not agree, but at least you're being honest. And so at some point when they realize that, they're gonna thank you later. I promise you. Yeah.
Okay, Coach, we're done. Do you believe in prayers?
Yes.
Do you pray a lot?
So people
What
think
question
prayer.
is that?
Yeah, people think prayer is like, you know, only Mary, Mother of God, like prayer. No. Right? Prayer is just a conversation with God. And
With
that
yourself
happens
or
all
with
the
your
time.
inner self.
That happens all the time. All the time. You can be doing
Prayer.
stuff all day and you're just talking to God. You're just, you know, laughing with
Prayers
Him.
works.
Yeah. Laughing with Him. I remember one morning I woke up and I was like, God, I don't feel pretty today. He says, get out of your feelings. You know, if I think you're pretty, what does it have to do with you? So I was dying laughing. I thought that was funny. So God have a sense of humor.
Get out of your feelings. Okay, that was me.
He says God is greater than your feelings, so get out of yourself. And a lot of times in life, when we focus on ourselves, we miss a lot of things. Take it off yourself, man. Distract it. Because once you start making it about me, you lose value of everything. Trust me. So
Because this just shows that, I don't know if you read it, it's from my online store, hardest prayer in the room.
Wow.
I worry especially because I knew you are a female of faith.
Yes.
So I brought this to be in the same coordination, mentally, spiritually with you. And whoever wants this is in my online store. I will probably leave the link in the description or right here. So please feel free to go in my page and get something, anything you want. If you want to, if you don't want, I'm good. If you want, I'm good too. So anything to say? We finish, Coach. Thank you. Thank you for giving me your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me to have you here and you are able to share this knowledge, this information, your experience. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for being part of my program. Thank you. It's a way of supporting me. So thank you.
You're welcome. Christina, part of our team, very positive. Mentor here to a lot of young women as well. And so I say continue. God have a plan for you. And I can't wait to see what He does with you in years to come. To be honest. Just keep that positive mentality. Keep that positive and trust Him. Trust Him in everything.
And for my Spanish speakers, para la gente que habla español, este ha sido el primer video en inglés. Por favor, no lo rechacen, cójanlo bien, si pueden compartan. Vienen más videos en español, pero como es la otra temporada de Power of the Mind, por eso lo empecé en inglés. Pero no se preocupen, vienen más videos en español. Suscríbanse, visiten la página online y cómprense algo. You remember what we did there? Bodyguard of the Mind. Do you remember, Coach?
Oh, here
Do
we
you
go.
remember?
Listen, you do it, I follow.
Okay. Bodyguard of the Mind. Yeah. here? For the nationals? Maybe?
Yeah, they had some
Okay.
poster.
Vamos Bulldog, Navarro College. Which one?
Yeah.
That's us. National Championship.
Yep, this coming this year.
2021.
Amen.
And then this one, ring. We're gonna get the
Ooh,
ring. We're gonna
ringside.
win. We're gonna win.
Oh, yes.
We're ready.
yes.
We're gonna win in
Yes.
by God's mean.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We're patient. Thank you.
You all have a great day or great night.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, stop. Should I go and stop you? Or go stop? God, don't delete my video. Yeah.